Hi guys, welcome back to Bang Solos. Today we are going to make a vegan Korean beef fried seitan. And what we're going to do is start off with our braising liquid in order to cook our seitan so we can get that going while we make the seitan. Okay, into our pot here we have 4 cups of beefless beef broth. Child, y'all know I can't talk, so all the ingredients will be in the description box. And then to that I'm going to add a couple cloves of crushed garlic and about a fourth of a red onion. And then we have a cup of soy sauce. And then to that we have a fourth of cup of sesame oil in here and a fourth cup of mirin. And we're also going to add a half a cup of just plain white sugar. Alright, while that is going, we are going to go ahead. I'll put the top on it so it can start boiling. I'll cut it up to high so we can get it to start boiling while we make our seitan. Alright, so what we're going to need for our seitan is 2 cups of vital wheat gluten and a half a cup of nutritional yeast. This is the vital wheat gluten that I use. I purchased it off of Amazon. I'll put a link below if you guys are interested in getting that. But to our dry, make sure we're going to add our dry seasoning. And we have a tablespoon of mushroom powder, a tablespoon of steak seasoning, 2 tablespoons of brown gravy mix, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. So we're just gonna dump that into our bowl and we're gonna mix that up. Make sure all the dry ingredients are incorporated, because usually once we add our wet ingredients, things are going to start getting a little sticky. So we want to make sure that our dry ingredients and our seasoning is incorporated throughout of our vital wheat gluten before we move to the next step. Alright, so to our seitan mixture, we want to add 1.5 cups of liquid. So, this is, we have liquid smoke here. I'm going to put it into this big cup because I want to make sure we only have 1.5 cups of liquid. So, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. If you've seen my other recipes, I always tell you guys to add in some type of vinegar to cut the seitan flavor. To that we're going to put 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then we are just going to add, I have 2 cups here of the beefless beef broth. We're going to add that up until we get a cup and a half, and we're just going to reserve the rest of this to the side just in case we may need it for our seitan dough. Sometimes you can never tell how much water you're going to need. It just depends on how much moisture is in the atmosphere, etc., where you live, and all of that jazz. So we're just going to go ahead on and start mixing up our liquid and our vital wheat gluten. Alright, I'm going to go and wash my hands, and I'm going to come back and mix that in by hand. And finish mixing that by hand. So when you see that your dough mixture isn't picking up any more of the flour, you just want to add in some moisture, just a little bit at a time. Not that much. That's good right there, because we don't want our dough to have too much water and then it won't cook up properly. So we're just going to keep mixing that and adding more liquid until it's all combined together. Just going to add a little more. And this is what you want to see from your dough. You want to make sure all the seitan is incorporated and that you're developing these gluten strands within the meat. So once you get it to this texture, then you know that you have the right mixture of wet and dry ingredients. So I'm just going to keep kneading this for about 5 minutes. I'm going to let it rest, and then I'm going to knead it for another 5 minutes. And this is what our seitan mixture looks like after the second kneading. So I like for my seitan to look this way. I mean, you can do it to your preference, but I feel like I like the texture the meat has when it looks like this. So what we're going to do now is cut it up into like some big beefless chunks, and we're going to put it in our braising liquid that we have, and we're going to let that cook for an hour. And we're going to cook that on low because we barely want to have you want to cook it like on a simmer. So that smells so good already. So I'm just going to take my kitchen scissors, and we're just going to cut it up into some big chunks. You can also use this recipe and do the pressure cooker method on this if you just want some pressure cooked seitan to make for kebabs. Then you would put it in the pressure cooker for 16 minutes, and I just use the meat setting on the pressure cooker in order to cook it. But you'll see after this cooks for about 30 minutes how much it'll double in size, and that's what you want. You get a spoon so I can stir that up really good. And then we are going to put that on low because we want it to barely oil. Alright guys, so it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to open this up and we're going to see how it's going. Oh! See, look how big they've got, and they've like doubled in size, and that broth is just soaking up. Look, this already looks so good. Look at that meat. You couldn't tell me, if I didn't know that this wasn't meat, you couldn't tell me it's not meat. That it looks delicious. That looks so good. So it's like I said, it's only been about 20 minutes, so we're gonna let it go for another 40 minutes. I'm going to turn it down low because I want it to soak up some more of that flavor, and then I wanted to reduce the boil on it. So we're going to let that go, cover it back up, and I'll see you guys back here in 14 minutes. Okay guys, it's been an hour. Oh, forget that this fogs up. So after an hour, you can see that the broth has reduced. Our seitan has like tripled in size. Oh, doesn't that look good, y'all? So what we're gonna do now is take the meat out and put it in a colander, and we want to drain the excess liquid out of the seitan. And you guys, you don't have to throw the remainder of this broth away. You can use it in another cooking application. You can use it to cook your seitan next time, and just keep adding to it to build upon that flavor. But this has more of a Oriental Chinese type flavor, so I would only use that if you're going to cook that type of dish. So what I'm going to do, just with the back of my spoon, I'm just going to press out any excess liquid that's in here. Oh. And you see how much we're getting in the bottom of our bowl here. We want to get all of that out, because after this cools, we are going to bread it and fry it up, and then we're going to put some sauce on it. Our Korean barbecue sauce. It's going to go on that afterwards. Alright, so we're going to let that cool, and then I'm going to come back and show you guys how to make the sauce for this recipe. Alright guys, for our sauce, I'm just going to mix it in this pot, and then I'm going to put it on the stove. It's not compatible with my induction burner, so I'm not going to use it. Alright, and for the sauce, I have 2 large cloves of garlic with juice of a lemon, 1 whole lemon in this little container. And then with that, I'm going to put a 1/4. Well, I don't think I have a whole 1/4 of a cup, but you're going to use a 1/4 of a cup of sesame oil with that. About 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of sugar, but I am going to use some of this palm sugar because we put white sugar in the other one, so I'm going to use about that much of palm sugar. And then to that, you want to add a 1/2 cup of gochujang, which is hot pepper. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Hot pepper paste. So we'll say about that much. Alright, I'm gonna let that go on. Oh, forgot I need some ginger in that as well. I didn't have any fresh ginger, so we're just going to use some ground ginger, and I'll put in about that much. But you can always adjust the seasonings to your taste. And I'm going to put this on the stove, get this going, get all these ingredients melted together, and then we're going to go ahead and start breading our vegan beef for the rest of our recipe. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, now that we have our sauce on, I am going to set up our dredging station for our fried Korean beef, well, vegan fried Korean beef. And in each one of these containers, I'm going to put a cup of cornstarch. And we're going to make a wet and a dry batter for this. Cup cornstarch in each one. And then we're going to add a cup of flour to each. And we're going to give both of those a little whisk. And then in this one, which is going to be our wet, I am going to add an 8-ounce can of club soda. This may not be enough, but we're just going to start off with that. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to add 2 8-ounce cans of club soda. I didn't add the whole can of that, so you have to judge the thickness of your batter. I'm going to add some of our dredging mixture to that. I think I added too much liquid. But hey, just adjust it as you go along, just as I do. Alright, I think that's about good. This is the consistency that I wanted. Kind of like a thin pancake batter. Alright, I'm going to let that sit a little bit while we are waiting on our oil to heat up. I just have some vegetable oil and my wok that I love so much, heating up on 350. Bring this over here, nice and gingerly. And we can start frying once the oil is ready. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and dredge our vegan beef. We're going to take it and put it in the dry mixture first, and then we're going to dump it in the wet. Make sure you shake off any excess batter. Then we're just going to let it fry. And we're just going to fry it until it's golden brown. Everything is already cooked on the inside. So, and I have my oil at 350. I may turn it up just a little bit. Okay guys, this is our last batch of our vegan Korean beef fried seitan. I don't know if those words make sense together. I don't know. That's just what like I said, every time I say it, I say something different. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm gonna move this over to the side. Carefully, gingerly, whatever. I want y'all to hear how crispy. Let's have a little moment of silence for the crispiness of this. Look at this batter. It's light. It's gonna be fluffy. It's gonna be crunchy. It's gonna be delicious. So we got this is what your sauce should look like once it's done. And I'm just gonna put these in here. You know what? We're gonna put some in there, a good little bit. Oh, I'm sorry guys. Let me come back over there. We're gonna use that. Here we go. I'm gonna put those in there. Half of them in there. We're gonna start working this sauce on them. Just go ahead and put the rest of them in there. I'm just gonna kind of gently coat them in this sauce. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about right here. Come on now. Come through with the vegan Korean barbecue. With the fried beefless Korean barbecue. Come through with it. Alright. That looks good. Ahead and put them on our tray. Then I'm gonna gourmet this up for you a little bit. I'm gonna add some we're gonna add some sesame seeds. If I can get that open. There we go. There we go. And then I'm going to top it with some green onions. Voila. And there you have it. The vegan Korean beef fried seitan. Oh, excuse me, Korean barbecue. Alright, let me go ahead and dish you guys up a plate, and then we can taste this together. We're going to have this with some curly fries. Alright guys, it is the part that everybody has been waiting for. I'm going to leave y'all plate in a minute. let's get into this. Like always, that's good. Y'all make sure y'all tag me in your Instagram post if you decide to make this. It is spicy, but make sure you tag me, like, share, and subscribe. Alright, guys. Talk to you later.